Assalamualaikum and good day to Dr. Nur Aini. We are from Group 7 would like to present about contribution of Suku during the pandemic and its issue in relation with SDG. I will pass to Ifah for introduction.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Norifah binti Shukri. My matric number is 1170701. What is Suku? Suku is an Islamic financial certificate that complies with Sharia. It is similar to conventional bond. According to SSC, which is Sharia Advisory Council, Suku is a certificate of equal value that demonstrate undivided ownership or investment in asset based on the Sharia principle. Suku is structured in a way that generate return to investor and it is similar to an asset-backed security. Suku also provide a fixed return similar to interest on a conventional bond. It is issued and traded in accordance with the principle of Sharia, which prohibit riba or usually known as interest. Unlike bondholder, Suku holder is granted ownership interest in the asset or business being financed, and the return is related to the performance of the underlying asset. That's all. Thank you.
My name is Nur Hafizi binti Ismail, matric number 1170704. I will explain about the contribution of Sukuk during pandemic COVID-19. The Sukuk market is known as the second largest sector of the Islamic finance industry. Therefore, Sukuk plays a very important role in stabilizing the economy during the COVID-19 pandemic. Hence, the first digital Sukuk in Malaysia, the 500 ringgit million Sukuk Prihatin, was launched on 5 June 2020 to contribute to the country's economic recovery effort. First and foremost, Sukuk Prihatin is initiated in response to the public's request to participate and contribute to the rebuilding of the nation post-COVID-19. On the other hand, Sukuk Prihatin is part of the National Economic Recovery Plan Penjana, which has three main objectives: empowering the rakyat, encouraging industry, and improving the economy. Moreover, Sukuk Prihatin will be channeled to Kumpulan Wang COVID-19 to finance programs that benefit those affected by COVID-19, including improving connectivity for rural schools, which will act as hubs to connect nearby villages, financing micro-enterprise that focus on women entrepreneurs, and supporting grant for research into infection disease. Lastly, Sukuk Prihatin is perfect for investors who are seeking to diversify their investment portfolio and very convenient to take a short-term risk with a minimum return on investment with a profit rate of 2% per annum in the 2-year term.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sakinah binti Nasha and my matric number is 1170702. So today I will discuss about Sukuk product that contribute during COVID-19 pandemic, which is Sukuk Prihatin. Originator for this Sukuk is Government of Malaysia. Sukuk Prihatin is a gateway for rakyat to unite together and join the government in supporting the nation's economic recovery impact from the COVID-19 pandemic. Issue size for the Sukuk, government intend to rise up to 500 million in nominal value from the issuance of the Sukuk Prihatin. Basically, this Sukuk with a minimum subscriptions amount just 500 ringgit offer a profit rate 2% per annum. This security has 2 years of maturity periods and is matured on September 2022. For securities, Malaysian government had issued Sukuk Prihatin in Islamic securities instruments, which is based on commodity murabahah via tawarruk. Sukuk Prihatin issuance will be channeled to the Kumpulan Wang COVID-19 for social impact project. In objective, government allocate the fund raised for modernize the telecommunications network in rural area to help students get access to the education through the digital channel. In sum, this covers the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG, number 4, and the sector quality education. Government also doing this fundraise to help economic sector in the Sustainable Development Goals number 8. Government purpose to provide further assistance to the micro, small and medium enterprise. Lastly, this funding prepare for the healthcare sector research on infection disease, which is under number 3 on the Sustainable Development Goals. As I mentioned before, Sukuk Prihatin is using commodity murabahah via tawarruk as their contract. The method of issuance of this Sukuk involve commodity murabahah transaction through tawarruk contract to create indebtedness between the Sukuk issuer and investor. The debt will be settled by the Sukuk issuer on the maturity date. Fifth step, Bank Negara Malaysia distribute principal to the investor with a 2% of profit rate per annum and it is fixed throughout the tenure. At the same time, Bank Negara Malaysia channel it to the Kumpulan Wang COVID-19 for social impact project that is divided into 3 sectors, which is education, economy and health.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Marni Sulaiman, metric number 1170699. I will proceed to the second product, which is Sustainability Sukuk. This product is originated by Islamic Development Bank. The issuance size is 1.5 billion USD. The maturity period is for 5 years, and this product is based on the contract of asset-backed Sukuk Ijarah. The objective of this product issuance is to help member countries to have access to essential services and also to have SME financing and employment generation. The SDG that is related to this product is SDG 3 and SDG 8, which are good health and well-being and also decent work and economic growth. Next, let's proceed to the flow of sustainability sukuk transaction. There are 8 steps altogether. Okay, the first step, the originator will sell certain asset to the SPV. Second, the SPV will have to raise fund in order to buy the asset from the originator. So, the SPV will issue certificate to the investor. Step 3, the investor will buy the certificate from the SPV. Step 4, the SPV will then use the money to buy the asset from the originator. So now the ownership of the asset is transferred from the originator to the SPV. After that, the SPV and the originator will enter into lease agreement or ijarah contract. The SPV as the lessor will lease back the asset to the originator. Step 5, the originator will have to pay periodic rental to the SPV. Step 6, the SPV will then forward the rental to the investor. Step 7, upon maturity, the originator will buy back the asset from the SPV. Step 8, the SPV will then reimburse the issuance price to the investor.
I'm Hafizah Binti Sulaiman, metric number 1170700. So I will proceed as for the conclusion. In conclusion, Sukuk Berhati issuance is aimed to regenerating the country's economy. This means that the issuance of Sukuk Berhati is to stimulate the economy so that it can be restored during and after the movement control order, which implemented by the government. This product is the first distributed by digital system in Malaysia and shall be the beginning of the next digital sukuk. Country's economy can be stimulated and regenerated after this product, which will reopen many economic opportunities. Hence, with this initiative provided by the government, it will help our country to regenerate the national economy as well as provide facilities for the public to subscribe this Sukuk Berhati. That's all from us. Thank you.